What's going on, y'all? Chuck Nunface here. Gonna do a little bit of a state of the collection video. These always go over pretty well, but I actually don't have a huge collection of Microtechs right now. I thought I had more, but I've sold a few off, and if you follow my channel for any length of time, you know that I tend to acquire and then release back into the wild based on preferences and things that I like, things that I don't like, and things like that. And I tend to get either a lot of a brand or a model. And then I kind of decide what I want to hang on to, and then I go ahead and release the rest into the wild. So that's kind of my MO there. This has actually been my second foray into Microtech. I collected them for a while, and then I kind of got out of Microtechs, and I sold them all off, and then I ended up getting back in, and here we are now. So yeah, we'll just kind of go through it right here. These are the four that I have. I've got an auto stitch, the brachial, combat Trudon, and then the amphibian. So we'll just kind of go through them a little bit right here. The stitch, I've had a few stitch actually. This one is the Shadow series, signature series, Shadow edition, whatever you want to call it. So it's that all blacked out, no bannering on the blade, which is pretty typical for Microtech. They'll put the big billboarding, I should say, on the blade right there, and so it's devoid of all that, very sterile. And then with these big, obviously these full serrated, mean looking serrations. This is just a monster right here. I had another auto stitch that was a standard blade without serrations. And then I had the manual stitch as well, which is fairly new release. I definitely prefer the auto stitch to the manual stitch. And I've actually done a whole video on that, comparing the two. And I do prefer the auto. It's just the profile. I don't know. Something about the stitch model. It just seems like it should be an auto configuration. Just the profile changes a little bit. They kind of bring this big finger choil all the way up to right about there. And so it's a longer choil. It doesn't look right to me. So I definitely prefer the look of the auto. And then, of course, the performance of the auto as well. It feels awesome in the hand with those aluminum scales. It just feels like a real awesome, just meaty, mean, cool knife. And so it's definitely got that cool factor. This one is actually going up for sale. It's available if you want to hit me up on Instagram at Chuck_Nunface. It's just, as much as I like this knife, and as much as I love the design and I love the look of it, and if I wanted to commit to carrying this, I mean, it would be truly utilitarian. But the full serrated, it's not what I want to carry. I would have to carry like another small knife with me at all times if I chose to carry this, for just, very simple tasks, or if I wanted to do something at work. I work in an office, so to whip out this to, slice up an apple or something like that would be a little, unnecessary, I think. Even though I have no problem taking and using my knives, at work and everything else, but this one, it's just not the best for something like that in that setting. If you're looking for a tactical knife, I mean, this would definitely, it's a statement maker, that's for sure. So it's an awesome knife, but I'm going to be letting this one go too, which will bring me down to 3. Here's another side opening auto. This is the brachial. I really like this. I really like this knife. I like it a lot. I like it more than I thought I would. Kind of got this one on a whim. I was talking to my buddy Kevin at Killer Knives on Instagram. And we were talking about hard firing, side opening autos, and I was talking about Protech and everything else. And he was like, the brachial is the hardest firing side opening auto that I've come across. And I was like, kind of got me thinking about it. And honestly, that's what really got me back into Microtechs again. I ended up picking up this one, and I like this one. I'm going to hang on to this one. I dig it. The feel of it, the form factor. That Persian style blade generally isn't something I would go for. But in this package right here, I really like it. This is obviously a Bastinelli creation / Microtech collaboration. This one was done in 2022. When was this one done? This was number Stitch Auto 574, and this was July of 23, so July of last year. This one was back in October of 2 years ago. So this one's a little older. They just released some new ones of these, Cerakoted versions, pretty darn cool. I don't think I'm going to end up picking up one of those, just because I have this one already. I don't feel a need to get more of them. But yeah, the one downside to this knife I would say is kind of hard to sharpen. and you really have to kind of find a spot to get in the clamps, and this wants to get in the way if you're using a guided system. And so I ended up taking the blade off or taking the blade out and sharpening it. And it is not an easy knife to put back together with the springs and everything else to get it to work right, but managed to do it. And yeah, this thing is pretty awesome. I have a little helper today. My youngest is here. What do you think of these 4 that I have right here? You like them? Thumbs up? Go ahead and put your thumbs up right over here. Thumbs up? Cool. Well, thank you for your help. I appreciate it. Next one up here, this is going to be, actually I carried this today. This is the Microtech Combat Troodon. This is just an awesome, this is probably the 4th Combat Troodon I've had. This is the Gen 3 right here. In the apocalyptic finish, so it's got apocalyptic blade finish, and then of course the button and the hardware and the clip, all the apocalyptic. It's got that big ball bearing in the pocket clip right there, and I really like the new design. I've talked about it in a couple of videos already. The switch is a little easier to manipulate. That is a good thing. There's no issue in the last dagger one I had, which is actually the first Combat Troodon I got. You could actually touch the blade right there. The point would be sticking out, but that is not the case in this one right here. Really like this is the exact configuration I wanted. I wanted the serrations on the top half of the blade, and then standard, be careful, it's sharp, and then standard unserrated on the bottom. So that's the exact one that I wanted. Action on this is awesome. Really like the Combat Troodon. And Microtech managed to, that's right, Microtech managed to keep the price even a little bit lower on these, which is pretty impressive. Based on the fact that prices tend to go up on most things, and then whatever manufacturing process they're using, USA made, as they say, they have managed to lower the price on those as well. So that is a very cool thing. And then last but not least, this is probably my favorite knife that I've gotten this year. This is the Microtech Amphibian. I can't stop raving about this one. This is the full aluminum version. They do make it in G10 as well. And you know what? I'll be right back, because I did remember another knife that I have from Microtech. Duh. And through the power of technology, there's magically another knife right there. I knew I had another one. I don't know why I was forgetting about the MSI. But in any case, we'll get to that. So yeah, can't stop saying enough good things about the Amphibian. Like I say, this is the full aluminum version. They do have a G10 version as well. Ram lock model. Absolutely, yes, that's right. So it's actuated very similar to an Axis lock. And I absolutely love this knife. I've been recommending it up and down whenever somebody asks me about, what I think about it, or, Microtechs in general. I've been recommending this one a lot. I love the recurve blade on it. M390 MK steel, which is basically M390 with a couple of different mixes. It makes it Microtech's proprietary blend done by Bowler. But yeah, it's great to sharpen. I've laid the edge back a little bit on this one right here. And it's just a great performer. I love carrying it. I love using it. I love taking pictures of it, posting it on Instagram. Love pretty much everything about this knife right here. So
yeah, that's right.
That is right. That's right. And they just released some of the clear apocalyptic finish, clear coat. So it's like raw aluminum, full apocalyptic blade. Those look awesome. If I didn't have this already, I would probably get that one right there. I would probably get that new configuration that's out. And yeah, last but not least, the knife time forgot. The MSI, Microtech Standard Issue. I've been carrying this one a little bit lately. I just did a video on this one recently, an update video. I'm waiting on, this has the polymer scales, which aren't the greatest in the world, but like I say, to Microtech's credit, they have marketed this, they have given this out there as a more budget-conscious alternative to a full G10. And I believe they had, when they initially released these, they had a full aluminum as well. If they ever come out with full aluminum, I would certainly recommend that one. I would recommend, if you don't want to mess around with scale swaps or anything like that, I would recommend G10. It's going to be a little bit more expensive than the polymer version. But the polymer scales, while perfectly functional, they don't feel that awesome. I have gotten a shipping alert from Original Goat. It is on a truck from UPS. It's on my way to me. And so I'm very happy about that. So I'll be doing an update video once I get the new scales from Original Goat on this one right here. So that's going to do it. Those are the Microtechs. It's minus a few. I have gotten rid of a few of them, but this is what I have right now. Got the Stitch. Let's see. We'll open them up. What are you thinking, Mila?
I like it.
You like it? I'm going to open up that one too. And that one. No touching. No touching. That one. Yeah, you know that's sharp. You can get cut very easily. Let's be careful. And there we go. Those are the Microtechs. If you haven't done so already, I certainly would appreciate if you give me a sub. Hit that little subscribe button. Give me a follow on Instagram at Chuck_Nunface. Go ahead and drop a comment. Share the video out there. Anything you would like to add?
Yeah.
What was that?
Quick subscribe so you can subscribe to our video.
That's right. Subscribe so you can see all of the videos as they come out. Hit that alarm bell, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's it from us. And so everybody out there, stay safe. Have a good one and peace.
Peace.